Hello, it's Alice from Latin Budget, and today we are doing the closeout for the weekly, the 9th to the 15th of July. And yeah, there's been a bit of a hiccup in this week. Yeah, I lost track of it, even though I was ahead. Then work, overworked, underpaid, etc., etc. But anyway, before I get into the weekly closing, thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you so much. Thank you for the watch hours. I've seen that people have watched my list, and wow, that did a jump compared to the ever since I've began YouTube. And with this group of girls that we are helping each other out, I will be posting in the notes. Check them out. We are helping each other to build our watch hours, and it's been fun. It's been a learning curve. They posted why I haven't gotten paid, and certain hours they accumulate and erase. They do a reset, and yeah, that's why I haven't gotten paid, because it resets every year. So, but anyway, this is just, if it does ever happen, it's okay. If it doesn't, it's still okay. I'm still here. I'm still budgeting, because this helps me out, and I have learned so much with you guys that it's well worth it on its own. And now, with that being said, let's go to the closing of the 9th to the 15th. You guys know I also am tracking a monthly overview to make it easier to complete two additional pages in the budget book, which is so much faster. With this one, I don't have to go back to my, if you do your tracking in your weeklies, if you already have the highlight method, you already tracked it once for that week, and all you have to do is just add your weeks according to your categories, and you fulfill the monthly. Once you do the monthly, it's easier to do the last two sheets of the budget book. It's just writing down the details, and it will give you so much information as to where you're spending, what you have to do in order to make changes, and also it'll help you fill out your yearly overview. And when you have your yearly overview laid out, you can see it and see what months you spend more, what months you spend less, and it will help you budget better or more consciously to your spending. One thing I am reviewing for the month of July is, if you have seen, I haven't budgeted anything for my lunches. I haven't budgeted anything. I have been using my ATM for that. This is my thought process on that, is to see how much I actually spend using my ATM for my lunches. That way I can budget that category out better and stay on track in that category, in my lunch spending, or actually my food spending, because I have three different things in the food category that knocks me off guard. Not the groceries. It's not the groceries. It's the spending out, the coffee, the lunch, and the snacks. Okay. So that's how come I haven't been budgeting for that category, is I want to see what am I doing, what am I spending, so I can budget for it. I hope that's understandable, and well, in my mind, it's more comprehensive. I can get a better grasp on it. And now, without further ado, let's do the closing of the 9th to the 15th. And we have here, let me move this here. Okay, so what was my rollover for? Yeah, you guys can see. I have no ring light, no nothing. I just have my bedroom desk lamp to the side, so that's how come it looks lighter here. The TV is up front, but I have it in pause. I'm not watching anything right now. I get distracted very easily. If I put YouTube, I will watch it, and no, I want to be concentrated here. So For my rollover of last week, I had 1,256.89. My income is exactly 812.66. I get paid every bi-weekly 812.66. I always budget either 750 or 800, depending, right, on my risk factor that day. But usually it's 750, excuse me, to give me that wiggle room just in case. But today I risked it. I budgeted 800. And if you guys know, I have another income that is every 2 weeks I get paid, and that's for $100. So that's an additional $200 a month. And every time I can get extra hours at my regular job, I always take it. There's a maximum I could do daily. It's an hour or 2, and a maximum of 3 hours a week, 3 to 6 hours a week, depending on the necessity, right, in the workplace. So with that being said, my total income for this week was $972.66. Sinking funds that I used Christmas sinking funds to add to the budget. This is funds that I have in my Christmas binder, and the categories that I used, I wrote it down here to have noted for me when I close out the month that I have to pay $130 to that credit card. $44 I already had saved, so I have $44 less that I owe on that Christmas shopping. Why did I do that Christmas shopping? I saw it. I thought it was something great for my coworkers, and since I had an amount for it, I said, why not? I know I shouldn't buy anything that I haven't budgeted for. That's what we're learning here. But I saw the opportunity to obtain it, and yeah, I took it. And I still have 5 months to complete, right? I'm hoping I either pay it off this month or by the end of next month. So I have 2 months to play with that. Okay. So I added the 44 plus 44. I didn't know if I added it, but we'll see. And other income, this is utilities shared. That's 156. And that added up to a total income inflow of $2,429.55. Bills that we have for this week. This is a heavy week, and one of the transactions did not post on the 15th, so I had to eliminate it here, which was my dental plan, but it did show up on the 16th. So I took it out and I corrected my total, and we're going to subtract. We have electricity, we have rent, health plan, dental plan, Canva. I had cash back from the credit card, and I used that cash back to pay part of it, and the rest I'm paying today of $90.78. Well, this week $90.78. That was paid on the 9th. My sticker box, my sticker subscription box, it's always due on the 1st. I don't know if it was, oh, excuse the neighbor, held back due to the holiday, 4th of July. So it showed up on my bank on the 9th, and that was for $37.40. So all the fixed expenses turned out to be $1,041.34. So I'm subtracting that from my inflow. And that leaves me a leftover to use for my next category of $1,388.21. And my next category flows into my savings. And in my savings, I have my high savings account automatically of $1.10. My sinking funds, I have to budget in a $160, and this is going to be for my car insurance, but I didn't do it this week. I will be, because that's up in August, so I did not add anything this week. I'm hoping that when I get paid next week, I can pull this to the account where that will be paid off and automatically. Half of my savings challenge. I thought I had already taken out $45 for this month, and I checked last week and I didn't. So this is actually the first half of my challenges. I budget in $90 every month, if whenever possible. So this is my first half of the challenges, 45, and I did pull that out. You guys saw the video where I cash stuffed. So that is out, and that's a total of $46.10 for my savings this week. I subtract from my leftover $1,388.21. Excuse my neighbor, he's vacuuming in the car. And that leaves me a leftover for my next category of $1,342.11. I hope my voice is coming through and not the vacuum. Lucky I'm not fast forwarding this video, because that would be loud. For my wallet spending, or my variable spending, this one, and hopefully that's in real. Okay, so for my snacks, meriendas, my snacks, I have $1 and I budgeted $3. So that's $4. Yeah, there's a transaction here for the 17th. Why? Because today's the 20th. Today's the 20th. Don't get confused with the $3 left over here. It says 17, okay? So $4, that means I did not spend anything. For my coffee and tea, I have $3, which is what I budgeted. For my lunch, no need to re-explain my thought process in this category, which is my headache. For groceries, I budgeted $100. I did not spend anything, so yeah, I had to make change, so I broke up the 20 and I have 2 5s and a 10. For my tips, on the 15th, I had $5. There's a transaction on the 19th, so that's not in this budget. So it should be that I didn't spend anything. For my gasoline, I budgeted $50 and I did spend $20. So I should have $30. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Perfect. For my home, I spent $50 in my account. I used my ATM to pay the lawn care maintenance, and I budgeted $30. So that means my wallet. How do I have 50 in here? Oh, that must be the other transaction. Huh. Okay. I almost freaked out. I almost forgot. 15th, $30. Okay? That is the other transaction that I need to fix, because I put, yeah, it is 60. Okay, for the 19th, I should have 60. But for this budget is 30. Yeah, I didn't film this when I should have on the 15th. 5 days later, so transactions did come out. But when you see the other closing of the next week, you know it's gonna settle in my envelopes. Okay, for my fun, I did not spend anything. I have $3 left. So you have 1, 2, 3. Meds, I did not spend anything. I have 15 remaining. Jeez, I need instructions on how to open envelopes. For Mia, I should have $8, and I did not spend anything. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I just didn't get time to do this on the past 5 days. I'm exhausted, but here I am. Here I am. For my personal spending, I should have $4. I did not spend anything. Next budget, I will totally erase, and well, I didn't want to erase it because I wanted to keep track on a monthly basis. So what I did was, once I closed the week, I drew the line to separate my next transactions. I should have 4 in my personal, and that is what I got. This is going to be a very long video. I'm sorry, guys. I honestly tried. For my self-care, I should have had 24 on the 15th, and I did not spend anything. So yes, that is correct. That is presented in my worksheet. And for my miscellaneous, I should have $6. I did swipe my ATM for 23. For my health care, I had 12, added 5, so I should have 17, which I did not spend anything from this category. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yes. For my tie, I should have had, I spent, but I didn't pull it, I didn't take it out from here because it was, I believe, on the 16th that I spent those $10. It's 15 that I budgeted, and then $5. I have a remainder of $5, but I didn't take it out in this budget, so it should be 15. Yeah, it's a boo-boo. Boo-boo, but you guys are gonna see it in my upcoming week. Today's the 20th, so I did close out my budget already because I have no spending, but here it goes. Okay, don't get confused on me. Don't, I did spend it. Okay, so my total spending was $121.23, which I am subtracting from my leftover of $1,342.11 minus $121.23, leaving me with a balance of $1,220.88. $1,220.88. Bills or debt that I paid, my personal loan and my PayPal, I added $140. This is purchases that I made once for budgeting. These are wants. They're not a necessity, but it's something that attracts me, something that makes me feel comfortable returning to my budget. It helps me out, at least in my mind. But I haven't revamped anything in my binders that I have purchased. These I made myself, and they've lasted pretty much. They're not even torn. They're not, and I stuffed these babies. I don't know if you've seen, but I've stuffed these babies and they're perfectly fine, which is awesome. So Now, the other envelopes that I purchased are envelopes and inserts. And I purchased also binders. I will be posting as soon as I'm waiting for 4 more packages to arrive. And I will be posting the unboxing of each and every one in one video. So it will probably be a long one. But yeah, I want you guys to see it without me using anything yet. Hopefully. Hopefully they arrive this week. So for my debt minus $841.24 leaves me a rollover for my next upcoming week, which is starting on the 16th and ending on the 22nd for $379.64. Okay, when I verify this amount to my bank and to my wallet, you guys saw what I have remaining in my wallet. See, I can't do the number 2 button. That's how stuffed this is. But it's because it's $1 bills. Yeah, but I just want to test out my personal envelopes, and they are holding up perfectly. Perfectly. So that's good. That's good. Who knows? Maybe someday. $379.64. And when I verified my bank account, I have a remainder in my wallet of $264. In my first account, I have a remainder of $47.88. And in my second account, I have $67.76. And that's a total of $379.64 that we see here. So this budget closed out perfectly. Perfect. I can't say that for my other budget, but this one did. Now, when I do close out the week, as I said, I keep track of my monthly, and anything that pops up in my account paid for, I run to this page and I allocate it here. The only thing that I'm waiting for in my bills is my cancer insurance, and that is due on the 27th. So that's not even up this week. Nope, that's not even up on this upcoming week. So yes, today's the 20th, and I already closed out this budget, okay? But I'm not going to do it in this video, or else I will take too long. But there you have it. I can show you that I did roll over the amount that I have in my remaining closing on the 21st. On the 15th, sorry. Oh my gosh. On the 15th. And that's about it I can show you in this one. Or else you guys are going to get confused. If this is something that you like, all you have to do is like, subscribe, activate that bell, come and join me where we do cash stuffing, sinking funds, savings challenges, and of course, we have to budget. If we don't budget, we won't know what we have remaining and what we can add to our sinking funds. Prepare for those occasions that you know will be coming up. Be it something that you are wanting or something that eventually you need to pay as a month ahead, or any emergency or maintenance. So that's what we prepare for. That's what I am learning, and hopefully in the near future my sinking funds will be funded. So I'll see you in my next video. If this is something that you like, all you have to do is like, subscribe, activate that bell, come and join me where we do cash stuffing, sinking funds, savings challenges, and of course we have to budget, because if we don't budget, we won't know what we can allocate to our savings or sinking funds. And I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget. Bye. Adios.